Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is SkinomiCS2, and this video covers the 16th to 22nd of June 2025. Let's start with our usual Armory Pass update. All collections move towards their break-even value this week. Additionally, there are just under 20 days remaining until the XM Solitude goes away. The skin sits in the top position for average return on redemption. The Fever case also retook its lead over the Gallery case, as the Gallery case dropped substantially in ROI this week. Now looking at Austin stickers which have crashed. Even accounting for a 75% discount which will start soon, the Legend autographs return less than 50% of the value of the capsule. The most expensive autographs have settled to be players from Lynn Vision, whilst the most expensive team sticker remain close between Tyloo and Lynn Vision. Moving on, if you haven't been living under a rock, you would have seen Vitality winning the Austin Major against Mongolz. This is the 7th straight major event win for Vitality this year, where Zywoo managed to take MVP in all 7 events. This team is truly unstoppable at the moment, although this has not translated onto stickers given the abundance of Vitality team and player stickers from previous majors. The major final reached peak viewership of 1.76 million concurrent viewers. Although impressive, falls significantly behind the 2021 Stockholm major. Regardless, especially over at Mongolia, the viewer turnout was great to see given it's the opposite time zone. Here is a couple clips from 2 AM to 4 AM on the day of the final. As the Vitality win was somewhat expected given their winning streak, this meant that many players managed to get their hands on the gold coin in the pick'em. However, as evident by Blast's post, only 0.2% of players were eligible for the diamond coin prior to the playoffs. The first stage of the playoffs saw 3 favorites losing, which means the final percentage for diamond coin for those that participated will be extremely low. I was quite sad to see Simple falling at the helm of Mongolz, with a moment that is sure to remind audiences of Nico in 2021. Moving away from the major now, there were evidence of increased game bans on the 18th of June, and this included a 24-hour ban to the popular streamer Flom. There are suggestions that a tool called Extreme Report Bot was the culprit behind Flom's ban, as it was used just minutes prior. This is unconfirmed to be true. Touching on Astralis, the organisation is in question for going concern. Their 2024 financial statements published earlier in the week shows losses approximating to $4.75 million. In the management's letter to shareholders, for the company to continue its operations, sale of additional shares, a merger, or liquidation of a significant portion of assets are the options which currently present themselves. The company on its own can no longer continue to operate as its balance sheet dries up. The organisation, despite not qualifying for 5 consecutive majors, still have many stickers from the glory days. So for skin enthusiasts, it is unlikely that a significant price move is warranted even if the company goes under. Lastly from the week, SteelSeries is releasing their 6th collaboration with Counter-Strike. This time it features the famous Dragon Lore skin. Prices are on the higher side, with a $150 wireless mouse and a $50 mousepad. This does mark the first collaboration where the mouse is wireless. Previous collaborations included the Howl, Neon Rider, Neo Noir, Fade, and Hyper Beast skins. Finally, let's move on to our weekly craft idea. I have 2 different Sakura crafts for you this week at 2 different price levels. Both crafts are easy to make and can be placed on any skins. By using the Taste Bud sticker, or Furia Hollows from Paris, you can place 5 in a circle as petals to make a Sakura flower. These crafts cost $1.4 and $12.5 respectively using Steam prices. Switching gears to the market. The SkinomiCS2 Index, which contains a list of items I use to represent the market, increased by 1.3% this week. This is a continuation of a 3-week stability period we have now seen. The eSport Fire Index, which contains a list of 300 high-valued liquid items, shows prices increasing very slightly as well. Overall, no significant moves are noted. Moving on to buff value of trade and trade volume data sourced from the cheap instant skin trading site iTrade.gg. Volume and value of trade have trended down in the past week. With the total value and volume data sourced from SteamDT, we see the same trend down in terms of volume as indicated by the red trend line. This is not good news, but at this level, it is not a concern yet. Now, let's break the skin market movements down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, this segment saw device gloves declining significantly, whilst the others remained relatively still. Higher tiered weapon skins remain calm for the most part as well, with the exception for the Deagle Blaze declining and the Emperor shooting up 10%. Agents increased this week by approximately 5% across the board, although this is with the exception of Sir Miami, noting that most agents outside of my index also increased quite significantly. Last but not least, in the affordable weapon segment, most skins at this price range of the market did well this week. Moving on, according to CS2 case tracker, in line with the decrease in trade volume, case unboxing numbers were down this week as well. Perhaps this is as people focused on the major rather than skins. Daily peak players did not show significant movements. In non-active case prices, we had mixed results across the board, overall trending slightly down as we approach the Steam summer sale. In active case prices, we also had mixed price movements. The Kilowatt case has stopped its decline during this week, whereas the Dreams and Nightmares shown a small correction. Let's now take a glimpse at this week's biggest winners and losers. Winners this week have been made up of discontinued or slowly dropping skins with a stable supply. My suspicion is that we are seeing capital injected into a selection of skins again, as a group of cynical investors try to make money off pumping and dumping. In losers, the most expensive Austin stickers have declined significantly in price as we encroach the upcoming 75% sale for the sticker capsules. Onto the top trades of the week, also sourced from the skin trading site iTrade.gg. The top sale on Buff was seen for a very rare pair of Crimson Kimonos fetching over $39,000. The other two positions were taken up by low flow Wild Lotuses, which have overtaken the Emerald Butterfly to be the most commonly traded top level skin. On CS Float, we saw two Catalyst 2014 capsules selling for $25,000 and $23,000 respectively. Reminder that the Legend capsule contains the Titan, whereas the Challenger contains iBuyPower. We also saw an Emerald Butterfly exchanging hands for $24,800. Moving into game news, there were no updates as expected given the ongoing Austin Major. Now onto the pro scene. There was a Valve rule update for the majors going forward, whereby teams that are 2-2-1 in terms of region which players come from will now belong to the strongest region only. This affects two teams in the current top level Counter-Strike scene, and they are Liquid as well as Wildcard, both having 2 Americans, 2 Europeans, and 1 rest of the world player. This will likely mean that both teams will replace 1 non-American player to re-qualify for the American region as the European region is more difficult. This also means that NAF, which has not been playing well, may stay in the team after all. In other news, legendary 5-time major winner Dupreeh has announced his retirement from competition to focus on commentating, as well as his family. I wish him the best. Kyousuke has finally replaced Magisk on Falcon. Now Falcon has no major winners on their roster. Heroic player Sunpace and coach Saw has left for G2, whilst X-Floyd has been benched. Inner Circle player Oscar has departed. Astralis signed Hooksy on a permanent deal despite their financial struggles. Meziport benches Hampus. Cello looks to join Imperial from Furia after a period on the bench. I am still open to skin donations, and a reminder to join my Discord. Please like, share and subscribe. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!